Hello and welcome to NewMed Insiders. Today's guest is an associate professor who has been working at NewMed since 2014. He originally comes from Mangalore, India, and obtained his PhD at Manipal University, also in India. He then followed up by doing his postdoctoral research at the Ohio State University. He has been teaching human genetics, cell and molecular biology, and immunology to both BMS and MBBS students. Please welcome Dr. Roshan Mascarenas.
Thank you.
Dr. Roshan, welcome to the show and thank you for joining us. So, first and foremost, how are you doing?
Very good. Still work from home and semester is almost ending. That's the good news.
So, since you've been at NewMed for almost 6 years now, what would you say is your best memory of NewMed so far?
So it's very hard to pick best memory, one best, since you're asking only one best. So I would say conducting NCL Plus Award workshops, and initially I thought the response would be very low. In 1 year, I booked seminar rooms for this workshop and I saw 50 people coming in, and I booked next time and another 50. So that year we had 150 students responding, and we can see how much NewMed students are willing to take part in extracurricular activities. I think that's really a memorable moment in my life.
That's good, that's good. What are the challenges you face when it comes to online teaching?
There are actually many learning and many challenges. One of the major challenges is unpredictable technological challenges. In one of my classroom, for example, I was kicked out of my own classroom, and like an old professor, I was teaching, continued my teaching for like another 20 minutes without even realizing that I was out of class. And poor students on the other side, probably they were surprised and clueless about this. So there are always challenges with respect to technology, and we are getting better in that now.
I think that happened with our class, right?
Yeah.
We did not kick you out. Just
No.
saying.
Yeah.
No. So what do you miss most about life before COVID, and what do you not miss?
Actually, I miss seeing students in campus. I feel students roaming around the campus gives a lot of life, and it will be very vibrant in campus, which I'm really missing. What I don't miss is the food. So, because I rarely eat outside, and that's why I didn't realize that having different food in restaurants is very important. So always we had home cooked food.
That's nice. Did you always want to be a lecturer, or did you have a different...
No, so in my student life, I never imagined I could be a lecturer or a teacher. All I wanted to be in defense, mainly Air Force. I went to interview, and actually I was rejected due to my over height. So then I realized I was always thinking height is a blessing to me, but for the first time I was surprised, and later I pursued my studies and got my master's and PhD. That's how I landed here today. And I really enjoy, and I never regretted becoming a lecturer.
So the Indian Air Force rejected you because you were too tall?
Yeah, so then I learned about something on that, like they calculate the sitting height, not the standing height, to accommodate and to have that agility in flight.
Okay.
So then I accepted that fact, which I didn't know before.
Nice. Well, we are glad that you became a lecturer.
Yeah.
Which research field have you been following regularly?
So I'm fascinated with RNA biology, and all my postdocs 5 years I worked on RNA and RNA turnover mechanisms. So I'm really fascinated with RNA biology, and also excited to see some RNA vaccines coming recently.
So speaking of the RNA vaccines, what do you think about the COVID-19 vaccine?
Yes, there are some in the trials and planning to launch in the market, but we don't know how they behave on the population. So everyone is waiting to see how it behaves in the population in reality.
If you were to convince someone to join NewMed, like let's say a new high school student wants to join NewMed, what would you tell them to convince them to join NewMed?
we have a world-class facility and a great degree offered in NUMED. Both MBBS and biomedical science degrees are actually at par with any other universities, as well as a very nice cozy campus, very friendly and free for students to enhance their overall learning experience.
Is that it?
Yep.
What is one piece of advice that you would like to give
to students or everyone after COVID and all this experience? My only piece of advice would be grateful for what you have, whatever it is, including online learning.
Okay. So, what is one valuable lesson that you have learned this year?
I learned that a lot of things we treasure, which is not important, and we spend a lot of money and energy and efforts on a lot of not important things, unimportant things which we fail to recognize. And during COVID period, a lot of reflection has been gone into this, and we can prioritize what's important and essential than not important.
Does that mean you spent a lot of time during the lockdown reflecting?
Yes, it gave opportunity for reflection because there is nothing else to do, and I think for everyone, not just me, it gave a lot of time to reflect on what we are doing, how we are living, and that's very enriching and opening doors for many new thoughts and ways of life.
Okay. So a slightly personal question. What does your last name mean?
My last name, Mascarenhas, actually it's a town in Portugal, and Portuguese, when they came to India, so they passed this last name to some of the groups, like some people they converted. So that's where I got this name, Mascarenhas. So it is a habitational name coming from Portugal origin.
Interesting. Have you ever been to Portugal?
No.
Would you consider going?
No. So,
why not?
Yeah, so at one point I thought, okay, there is a town, but it did not interest me enough because that's not my route. So my route is still India. So that's why there's no reason to go exploring. There are much more to do in Southeast Asia, which I'm happy to explore.
Okay. And finally, to end on a bit of a light-hearted note, have you heard about the Dr. Roshan fan club?
So this is the first time I'm hearing about that.
Okay.
In NUMED, I have heard about badminton club or yoga club. Probably I would think there is Prof. Baldwin's selfie club, but I never imagined there is a
Surprisingly
fan
not.
club.
There is a Dr. Roshan fan club.
I never heard about it. And if there is one, so I appreciate and hope they're used for a good cause.
Yes, I also hope they use it for a good cause. Okay. Well, that was very insightful, Dr. Roshan. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I really enjoyed talking to you.
Thank you very much, and have a good day.
You too. Goodbye.
Goodbye.